Hello from the Shenandoah Valley in Woodstock, Virginia. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. It's a little nippy here, but generally dry, besides a little bit of drizzle, 56.7 or so here in Woodstock. And I'm not seeing much fall foliage, but it's around. Let's first check radar. Currently, yes, I'm a little bit drier than you are in DC. It might take until midnight to pull most of this rain out of the area. For our latest forecast, go to cwg.news/latest or touch on my face, and all the links are popping up below that we're talking about during this video. And we've set a daily rainfall record at Dulles Airport. 1 1/3 inches. We're about to approach it, but at 1.32 officially, Dulles has set a daily rainfall record, and we're approaching 1.5 inches at DCA. Now, fall foliage, let's look behind me. Pretty green. I know that's a fir tree, an evergreen tree behind me, but not too much foliage here. This map from the Foliage Network says I should be seeing moderate color. I kind of disagree. This photo taken on the North Fork of the Shenandoah Valley earlier today. And this again is a mile from where I'm broadcasting now, and I don't think that's quite moderate color, but we'll get there. Average-wise, October 26th is when I should be seeing some near peak color by the end of this week, and I think, yes, confirmed from what I'm seeing, we're running later than average on this fall foliage. Now, the rainfall, that is a high rainfall and low rainfall are both stressors on trees and can actually affect the color, mute the color, and make the leaves drop faster than average. And we also talked about temperature. We've had 98 degree reading in DC earlier in October, our new monthly record highest ever temperature for October in Washington, D.C. Warmer autumns delay and shorten the fall foliage, and we're going to maybe see increased variability in timing and the duration of color in the coming years. Because look at this, we've had more warm fall days. 6 more days have been above average for the fall season since 1970 compared to today. We are slowly warming in D.C. This is from DCA Airport. And also the first frost is coming later, 11.5 days later in 2016 with the latest data available compared to 1970. So keep that in mind. First frost map here. I've seen a couple spots here around Woodstock, again, a few days later than average median first freeze dates. And look at that. Here's the warm spot in December 1st for Baltimore. And we can expect to maybe downtown stay above freezing for overnight lows until mid-November or so. But generally, from what I've seen, we're running a few days this year later than average for our first frost and freezes. Now, let's go to the short-term forecast. Some isolated, patchy, dense fog with this rain. It can be expected overnight tonight, so please drive safely later tonight and early tomorrow morning. Fairly comfortable, 50 degrees downtown. Out here in Woodstock, 45 degrees. And look at this tomorrow. We think upper 60s, but if we see some more sunshine than expected, let's call it partly sunny is what we're thinking right now. But if it gets to be mostly sunny to all clear, we could see 70 degrees or more tomorrow. So that's, if you're a warm weather lover, this might be the nicest day of the week. It is a little bit above average. We could see 70 degrees. But then look at this, rain again on Tuesday, sun Wednesday, Thursday as high pressure moves back in. Now we're unclear on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's possible a coastal storm wants to develop and move up the coast, giving us some additional rainfall in Washington, D.C., and we won't exactly say no to that. Now think about Tuesday, which, let's go back to this. We could see some storms, some rain. So I wanted to highlight that it could be borderline moist, a little bit muggy with dew points near 60. And that's, as you might suspect in the back of your mind, muggier air has a higher chance for thunderstorms. A very slight risk of severe thunderstorms on Tuesday. Just wanted to highlight that. Do not be surprised if you see some lightning or hear some rumbles of thunder on Tuesday. Now, looking way ahead, we've got below average temperatures for next week. This is 8 to 14 days out. On average, it looks like we could see below average temperatures. Oh, you can see a little bit of drizzle falling through the camera here. Now, Camden, what's our average high this time of year? This is for the middle of the week for Wednesday, 66 degrees average high, DCA, 48 degrees for average low. And so then precipitation, I want to take a quick glance at that for 8 to 14 days out. That is a decent chance of above average precipitation, which is great because we are in drought. 11 hours of sunlight today. Just want to highlight that. Our days are getting shorter. We're at 11 hours today. So before that seasonal affective disorder kicks in for the winter, please enjoy what we have while we have it, even, yes, despite the clouds. Days are getting shorter. And we can talk about the winter outlook if you're interested, but let's take some questions. I've spoken long enough. All right, Petra, bring on the sun. Yes, we kind of need that every now and then. What's good is that these rain chances last roughly a day, and then we get a sunny break like tomorrow. So that's pretty great. High dew points, no, says Karita. Sorry for a Tuesday quick dash of mugginess. And Karita says 70 isn't bad. Anything between 60 and 70 is your jam. I love it. That's about average this time of year. So I'm trying to enjoy what we have while we have it here in October. Katrina, hello. Will it be a washout on Tuesday? That's my birthday. Some uncertainty, low confidence when it comes to the format of the rain on Tuesday. It looks like most of the day will have some showers, but we could see around evening rush hour a quick burst of heavier rain, perhaps even some thunderstorms, so please keep that in mind. So Tuesday, again, we're highlighting it could be wet, yes, a little bit warm, yes, a little bit muggy with dew points maybe around 60 degrees, which is this time of year kind of unpleasant. And the thunderstorm possibility for evening rush hour, it looks like, subject to change for the timing, duration, intensity of the rain on Tuesday. But we just want to let you know to please carry an umbrella, number one. And number two, as we get closer, please check capitalweathergang.com tomorrow and follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather, because we'll make sure that severe weather is not a widespread threat, and it's not so far on Tuesday. Happy birthday, by the way, on Tuesday, Katrina. Karita, you don't like the trend? Let me know if you're talking about temperatures or maybe the longer term precipitation. Let me know. Greg, colors nice heading on 29 South. Excellent. So far here, it is pretty green in Woodstock, Virginia. The Foliage Network is reporting I should be seeing moderate color, but I kind of disagree. A mile from here, this is on the North Fork of the Shenandoah, not much moderate color in my book. But on average, by the end of this week, this is down here is October 26th. I should be seeing near peak color here in Woodstock along I-81, but I am not seeing that yet. And we are talking about rainfall, especially with climate change. It could add to the variability year to year of the fall foliage. And in drought this year, we might even see these leaves drop quickly with a muted color. And also temperature. We had very warm conditions, if not the record warmest for October. The new monthly record set in 98 degrees in DC earlier this month. So keep that in mind. That also affects leaf color as well. All right. I know Julianne, moderate green. I don't think so. Kevin, thanks for watching. Tina, we're not out of our drought yet. We are a little over 4 inches in deficit since September 1st. Today, we look to almost lock 1.5 inches of rain, which is great. And we could later this week have even more. This is a total for through the next weekend. So we're denting it. We're not busting completely this drought. And Greg, no snow in the forecast just yet, but thank you for tuning in. Karen, thanks for tuning in. Petra, we talked about the sunshine. We get that a little bit tomorrow. Thank goodness, a little break after the rain. And Kenny, Western Maryland, Frostburg, Garrett County, all had great color this weekend. Excellent. Let's look at that. You are closer to the higher color there in Garrett County and West Virginia. So excellent. That is where the color is right now, according to the Foliage Network. Dale, happy birthday. You're probably talking to Karita. Rob, thanks for watching. And you're not sure about the trend. You don't like the trend of warm days during this time of year. Yes, indeed. More warm fall days on average. Now, see, let's think about this. 45 days out of the season length, duration of 90 days in any given fall. In 1970, we had 45 days, which is, if you're flipping a coin, some days are going to be cold, equal half, equal cold. That seems about right. But look at this. We now have 6 more days. We're weighting the coin toward warmer. When you're flipping a coin, instead of 50-50 being cold or warm below average, now it's tended to be weighted. You're flipping a coin, it's almost more often landing on the warmer side of the coin. Look at this. I mean, we've had quite a spike in warmer than average temperatures in recent years, but I just want to highlight since 1970, compared to 2018, we've got 6 more days that have been above average for any given fall. So just keep that in mind, Karita. I'm glad you pay attention to the trend. And what are some of the factors that influence whether or not we see that coastal storm next weekend? Honestly, they're not sure if it's going to phase. There are 2 different pieces of energy, Jay. That's a good question. But looking that far out to Friday and Saturday, even Sunday, it's just uncertain if we're going to see a phasing of maybe a little bit of tropical energy with the jet stream, the polar jet stream. And I want to show the forecast. For Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't have rain until Sunday here from weather.us. But you can see the Y potential temperatures here in the modeling system. Yes, one primary main modeling simulation likes, some of these temperatures here, but the range gets wider, even for the low temperatures, which indicates lower confidence and many more possible scenarios going into the future, Jay. So I hope that helps, so that we just look at that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We don't have quite high confidence when it comes to the rain situation, if there's a coastal storm or not. Dale, we needed the rain spots, Pennsylvania, Virginia. You're happy. I love it. And Ruth, you're here in Woodstock. Excellent. Founded in 1752. And let's take a temperature check. I'm Cameron Walker for Capital Weather Gang. 555s, 5 to 55.5. There we go. 55.5 here in Woodstock, Virginia. Follow us at capitalweathergang.com and on Twitter at Capital Weather. Kathleen, let's see. We're talking about Woodstock. Yes, I hope you are here or enjoying the Shenandoah. Kevin, green foliage in Williamsburg today. Thanks for that report. The rain was very heavy this morning. Gosh, I bet Williamsburg is still... Let's check radar really quick. This is the latest radar. It looks like it's clearing up from most of the tide water. So, yes, we are approaching 1.5 inches here at NDCA. Now at Dulles, it is slowing down, but we're pretty much around 1.3 inches. And we just had 1.32 inches reported last hour, and that is a new daily rainfall record at Dulles Airport. So keep that in mind. A very wet day today, but we need it. We're very thirsty in the region. Carlos, thanks for tuning in to the live report. I appreciate it. Aaron, we're headed to the Shenandoah at the very end of October. Do you think the foliage there will be decent around that time? I think yes. And more of a relative answer that I'm comfortable with. I say higher confidence of more foliage than now. Pretty green behind me. Yes, forgive this evergreen tree behind me, but even the ivy and bushes are all pretty green here in Woodstock. All right. Ruth gives me a recommendation. Springhouse Tavern. Thank you very much. Pat, you hate that warming trend. I suppose we're talking about the fall warming trend. More above average days since 1970, at least 6 on average each year. And Kathleen, the games are the 25th and 26th. So we are going to have to stay tuned for the World Series games. Fingers crossed that we can eke out some sunshine for our Nets. Marine Corps Marathon on Sunday the 27th, so that's a week from today. Arlene, that's a good question. I'm hoping, it's low confidence that far out, but I'm hoping we can get, if any coastal storm develops, get it out of the region for you by Sunday. I really don't want that marathon run for you guys, either cold or rainy. It's definitely not great. Karita, thank you for tuning in. You be safe as well. Let me know if you will have any other questions. I'm here at Woodstock, Virginia. Cameron Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Touch on my face popping up below. You will see all the links we're talking about. The latest forecast is available at cwg.news/latest. And you can also check out the Foliage Atlas from the Washington Post at cwg.news/foliage atlas. And upload your photos at cwg.news/photos. And let's see, you can subscribe to our email at cwg.news/email and subscribe to our YouTube at cwg.news/YouTube. Those are all the links. Let's do a recap of what we're talking about. Radar, still a little bit green. We might need it till midnight to get this rain fully out of here for DC. Here in Woodstock, just a little bit of drizzle. I'm drying out and thinking there could be some fog later tonight, so I will drive safely back to DC. But again, rainfall record today set at Dulles Airport, 1.32 inches and a little bit more falling there. We'll probably get at least 1.3 inches at Dulles. Adding on to our daily rainfall record. Not a daily rainfall record at DCA just yet, but we're approaching 1.5 inches there. Now let's talk about foliage. Here in Woodstock, I'm not seeing too much. I'm supposed to be in the moderate color according to the foliage network, but behind me, it's pretty green. I wish you could see the Macedon Range, but it's a little too foggy and cloudy with this drizzle. Just trust me. Let me take a picture earlier. Look at this. Here's looking at the Macedon right here and the North Fork of the Shenandoah. Doesn't look like moderate color to me, and we should be a little bit closer. October 26th right here, and these colors right here for this area along I-81 should be much closer to peak, and we are not quite there yet. I zoom out a little bit to show you the background. Very green. Deciduous trees there behind the sign above my head. Very green here at Woodstock, Virginia. Rainfall affects these fall colors. A lot of rainfall or no rainfall, both are high stressors for trees. This drought that we've had recently, in recent months since August, has a chance to make the colors quickly develop and the leaves fall off more quickly as well. And we could see more of the same in the next few years as the climate continues to warm. And think about the temperature as well. Frosts are happening later. Trees are migrating northward to get to their normal cooler areas that they're normally residing in. And the sunlight is going to change as they move northward, also affecting more variability in the color. It's just going to continue to shorten the season if we see these warmer temperatures later, like we did this year. 98 degrees in early October, a new monthly October all-time record in DCA airports. So keep that in mind. We're experiencing more average fall days that are above average, 6 more days above average in 2018 compared to 1970. And first frosts coming later as well, 11.5 days later in 2016 compared to 1970. And here's a map, which I'll put up later for you. We're still a few days behind. Even here in the valley, we have not really had a widespread frost and freeze here in Woodstock either. We can expect November or so in DC for our first frost freeze. And look at that, December 1 up around Baltimore because of the density of the urban area plus the proximity to the warmer Chesapeake Bay waters. Now here in the short term, fog develops overnight tonight, 45 degrees for low temperature in Woodstock, 50 degrees downtown. Tomorrow we should see upper 60s to around 70, maybe low 70s in a couple spots if we see very sunny conditions with very few clouds. But we're worried for some clouds. Let's call it partly sunny tomorrow. And here you go for Tuesday. We're bringing back that rain. At least we get sunny breaks. High pressure building back in Wednesday, Thursday. And Friday, low confidence going into the weekend. We could see a storm system riding up the coast. Too many variables looking that far out. Too much noise in the atmosphere. We'll see if everything phases together in the atmosphere to bring us that coastal storm. I don't think we'd say no to the rain, but Tuesday's rain could be significant as well. Showers for most of the day, maybe some late day storms. It starts out kind of muggy, dew points around 60. That's kind of unpleasant for this time of year. We're getting used to these cooler conditions, but again, rumbles of thunder, isolated severe weather. This is what the darker green means. A small chance of severe storms on Tuesday, maybe timing with the evening rush, so please keep that in mind. And looking ahead at the temperature trends for next week, we could be below average, which average high temperature now, 66 degrees. So our averages are going down about a degree or more every week. So keep that in mind. And precipitation, I'm glad to see this again for next week, 8 to 14 days out. Slight chance, slight probability of above average precipitation. So that is encouraging to get rid of this drought. We could indeed use the rain, says Rick. Here's the droughts. As of last Tuesday, before Wednesday's rain, we were in severe drought in that bright orange. We could certainly use the rain. I'm glad you know that, Rick. We're in a little over 4-inch deficit just since September 1st. And I'm trying to see if I have any other good graphics for you. Here's some good news. Through next Saturday night, we should see perhaps another inch of rain throughout the region. So that is encouraging. Should be a little bit better for your garden, Rick. Karen, hello. Weather for the Nats home games looking okay, but please stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com. Uncertainty gets greater, confidence gets lower as we head into the end of the week. Kenny, over 2 inches of rain in Sterling. Excellent. You are one of the bonus spots. Excellent. Peter, hi. Thanks for tuning in. And Jason, we're talking a week away. You could be, well, let me know offline. I'll check that later. It looks like it got truncated. Great day for a nap, says Stephanie. Justin, thanks for watching. Kathleen, hello. And you're most welcome. Any other questions before I go? Please let me know. Thank you for highlighting our town, Ruth. No problem. I love Woodstock. I just hope you see some more foliage here soon. All right, because we should be a moderate color according to the Foliage Network, but I am looking around and seeing plenty of green. Here's a picture for the North Fork of the Shenandoah today. Nice and foggy and cloudy, which is why I'm not broadcasting from this lovely overlook. But look at that, not quite moderate color in my opinion. So a little bit ways to go before we see what normally by October 26th, we're approaching that, we should be seeing these bright peak colors here in the Shenandoah Valley, but we are not there yet. Everything is a little bit delayed. The first frost and freeze is delayed. The fall foliage is delayed. And our rainfall, the variability of rainfall this year has played a part in why our leaves are later and they might not turn brilliant colors and they might fall off faster this year. We can expect more of the same if the climate does continue to warm. Temperatures are affecting the fall foliage as well. More variability is likely from year to year, and we might see quick colors like this year, quick muted colors, and the leaves just fall off because of this stress to the trees. A lot of rain and no rain are both equal stressors to trees. We've had more warm fall days. 6 more days on average are above average. 2018 to 1970 continues to warm, going forward. And here's first frost, first freeze, 11.5 days later in 2016 than in 1970. Marine Corps Marathon next Sunday, Jason. I have low confidence. You're not going to like that when I see some raindrops perhaps in the forecast, but there's a chance the storm system comes in Friday, Saturday, and moves out in advance of Sunday. Sorry. Please stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com. Follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather. Karen, thank you for tuning in. You're most welcome. And Stephanie, not much color on the leaves in Herndon, just some brown leaves that have fallen off. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. When drought hits, the colors are muted, the leaves fall off quickly. It's just a very shortened, quicker season. Thanks to climate change, we just need better rainfall that's more reliable, which you don't see in a warming climate. And you need temperatures to get cold as the sunlight gets shorter. But we're also worried in the warming climate ahead, we're going to see more variability year to year as well. We're getting warmer on average. Frosts and freezes are getting later and later. So I just wanted to start the conversation. We can expect more of the same going forward as the climate continues to warm. All right. I thank you all from Woodstock. Let's take a last temperature check here. I am nice. Comfortable-ish, a little clammy, 55 degrees, a little drizzly here in Woodstock. No color yet, as you can see behind me. A little bit of color on some of the maples, I would argue. But I'm not in moderate color yet, as the foliage network indicates. I should be seeing moderate color, but here on the North Fork, just a mile away, doesn't look like moderate color to me just yet. And we should be a lot closer. October 26th is typically where we are definitely peak here in the valley, but we're not there yet. And in the conversation we're having about climate change and the drought this year, it is later and later and a shorter and shorter season. So I just want everyone to think about that. And stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com during the work week ahead. High pressure does move in tomorrow. A little bit of rain, maybe some storms on Tuesday. And then we're dry again Wednesday and Thursday. And I'm just not sure about Friday and Saturday. We might see another storm system move in for rain as well. All right, Lewis, we are still in a deficit for rainfall. The quick math in my head, I think it's 4.04 inches of rain since September 1. We're in a deficit of 4.04 inches. We've gotten an inch and a third today, so we could use about 3.7 inches more to get out of our deficit. And indeed, the drought does continue. I can't wait for the updated map. This is last Tuesday before Wednesday's rainfall. The bright orange indicating a severe drought, but we should see that ameliorate or lessen a little bit as we go into this week. Karen, thanks for tuning in. Come on, foliage. I want to see that as well. Hi, John from New Jersey. Thanks for tuning in on the weather reports. And I think your son is an intern. I hope all is doing well there in DC for the internship. Thank you all for tuning in. Go to capitalweathergang.com if you need us 24/7. And for the latest forecast, you can touch on my face. That's one of the links that will pop up below, including a link to fall foliage, how to subscribe to our email or YouTube, upload your photos, you name it. We're always available. Go to cwg.news/latest for the latest forecast. Take care for now. Signing off from Woodstock, Virginia. I'm Camden Walker. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend. Good start to your work week. Bye for now.